Welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII, guys. So before we get inside the fire cavern, let's just make sure that all our GFs have the design abilities that we want them to learn. Quetzalcoatl got Scarred, and Shiva's got Ice Magic Refinement. That's the abilities that we want to keep. So let's go inside. Here comes Squeezies with another tutorial. By now you guys should probably know this already. Basically, by junctioning magic to your status, you increase your stats and your characters get stronger. That's why you can have a level 7 Squall in theory be stronger than a level 100 Squall with if we take into consideration that the level 7 Squall has, for example, I don't know, let's say Tornado junction to his strength stat. He'll be stronger than a level 100 Squall, whereas, for example, Fire junction to his strength stat. So that's why leveling up is completely pointless in this game, or one of the reasons why it's pointless. You can go in with your characters at base level, and they can be so powerful that most bosses in the game really don't stand a chance. Obviously, some GFs allow you to junction magic to more stats. Each GF allows you to junction certain magic types to certain status. There are items that allow GFs to learn junctioning abilities like EP junction, vitality junction, magic junction, and so on. Even though you can only get them a little bit further on in the game. And you can junction things automatically. I personally like to do it manually, but if you really don't want to be bothered by it, you can always have the game automatically junction it for you. So this is pretty much just to explain how trigger works. If you're playing on the PlayStation, you have to press R1 for the trigger for Squall to deal an extra amount of damage per strike. If you're playing on the computer, if you're using a keyboard, I believe it's the G button on the keyboard. Since I'm using a controller, it's the R1 button. Don't select auto. Always do it manually because it's just easier. Auto doesn't give you a perfect score, while manually you can do it. It's just simpler. And by the way, guys, I am on this walkthrough, I will show how to obtain Squall's Lion Heart on the first disc. In fact, that's one of the things that it's very important for me to show you. During this walkthrough, I think I might obtain most of the final weapons right away on disc 1. Okay, so as of this moment, the decisions that you make are going to affect your seed rank after you complete the seed exam. It's very simple. During this part of the game, the score that's affected is your judgment score, which can have a maximum of 100 points. Now, to get the maximum amount of points during this section, you actually need to have only less than 10 seconds, I believe, or actually 7 seconds. I think you have to have less than 7 seconds on the clock to have 100 points on your judgment score when your final evaluation, during your seed final evaluation. That's really not that important because, to be honest with you guys, you can increase your seed level by doing the exams. It's really not that complicated. But if you want to obtain the maximum amount of points on the judgment, you need to only have 7 seconds left on the clock, which can be dangerous, considering the clock only stops after Ifrit stops talking, and so my advice would be, as soon as there are only 20 seconds left, just finish him off. there's really no point in dragging the fight any longer, because if you fail, it's game over. So, and plus it's really not a big deal, you know. I suppose some perfectionists would want to obtain the maximum seed rank possible during the exam, but it's so easy to increase it later on. Well, I'm being a little bit unlucky. So many fights in just one scenario. I guess someone doesn't meant to make it to the end. Okay, we're ready. No turning back now. Well, yeah. Just Ifrit, I mean, Jesus Christ. There's no Omega weapon or anything like that. So Ifrit has about like 1000 EP or so. So, you know, you can kind of measure that base value, and just, as you can see, Squall is in between 50 to 60 per strike. Shiva without booster will probably deal like 200 or something. So, you know, you can get him at like 100 or less EP, and then wait for those 20 final seconds to deliver the finishing blow. Oh, she didn't even do 200. They have Shiva, oh my god. Now guys, this is the fun part, like, if you want to have some fun, you should call Shiva cookies or aids, and I just think it's hilarious when Ifrit's like, they have cookies, oh my god. Now just keep beating him up. I'll scan him in a little while just to make sure that I'm not dealing more damage than I should. I should still be fine by now. He's getting pissed. When he says not bad for a human, I think his EP is at least lower than half. So you can use that as a measure. Just keep striking him, and if he... See, I'm gonna scan him just to make sure that I'm not dealing more damage than I should. Let's see. By now his EP should be lower than half. Again, if you're not too sure, you can just keep scanning him. Right, that's what I thought. And let's just turn him around. Oh my god, I'm dizzy. No. Okay, let's carry on. So we can deal a little bit more damage. He's going to be fine. He's a tough cookie, he can handle it. I'd probably, you know, I'm going to Will Skull just in case. I don't want to risk it. He can still take a lot of punishment. You can draw fire from him if you want. It's really not, you don't need fire. But if you wanna get some, just, you know, if you just don't wanna waste a little bit more time, why not? You can take a few more blows. Let me scan him again just to be sure. You do have to be careful not to drop your EP to less than 100 because it can kill you. Let's see. I can take a little bit more damage. There we go. He should be pretty much gone by now. Yep. It's gonna be it. One more strike and he's done for. Actually, two more strikes. I'm actually gonna take a small risk here, guys, and strike him once more. Hopefully his beasties won't. Right. That way I can be sure that the next strike will finish him off. Now I'm going to risk it a little bit and just wait until the final 10 seconds. Maybe not 10, I'm not feeling that lucky. Maybe the last 12 seconds. So right now all you have to do, you can draw, heal, keep your EP high, so just in case, and you'll be fine. No, that hurt. As you can see, it's really not that complicated. Again, you can try and finish him off with a limit break. It's just going to take too long and there's no point really. We're almost there. Now, one of the things that I always like to do in boss battles is scan the boss. I don't know, I think it just gives some extra information on them. Plus I find it funny when you just circle them around and move them around. But to be honest, at this point I'm just, trying to waste time to see if the clock strikes like final 10 seconds. I mean, scan isn't that useful in terms of magic junctioning, but it doesn't hurt to have it, I guess. I like how Ifrit has like this little tongue made of fire covering his penis. I never noticed that. I think it's interesting. Okay. He's about gone. Let's use scroll. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's finish him off. You're dead, buddy. Then... oh shit. We got it. Right when the right when the clock strikes 0. That's awesome. So this is pretty much just another explanation of how the junctioning system works. I really did it when the clock struck like 0. So based on my calculations, I should have 100, or we should have 100 in judgment points when we get our final seed score. And I apologize for that little curse I threw in. For some reason I was just worried that something bad might happen. So this is really simple, you know. By junctioning Ifrit, I think you'll be able to have status attack. That means that you can like junction a magic to your status attack, and if the monster in question is vulnerable to that said magic type, then you'll deal extra damage. It's really not that complicated. For the other two parameters, elemental defense, as you can imagine, if you junction, like for example in this case Fairaga, you know, you can not only not take any damage, but you absorb the magic, and it heals a little bit of your HP. It's really not that complicated. I think I'll junction, yep, Ifrit to Squall, and we'll junction Thunder to Strain. Well, we really won't be needing magic at this point, so it's gonna be okay. And we got, see, so we'll just keep, and for Ifrit we're going to make him learn Fire Magic Refinement. Again, these are the most important abilities to have at this point in the game, guys. And in the next part I'll show you how. What we're going to do next, and I'll probably do it on the next video, is that I'm going to actually teach my GFs the abilities, certain type of abilities. The most important one is to teach Quasar called card and then card mod, and this bomb's being annoying, because then we're going to do a little bit of card collection to obtain all the items necessary to upgrade weapons and obtain powerful magic early on in the game. At this point I'm just going to get out of the fire cavern because it's really starting to annoy me to be inside. Again, guys, just keep escaping from these battles. You don't want to get any XP. Sadly, we will have to kill a couple of monsters until Quasar learns card, because when Quasar learns card, you can convert monsters into cards, and that means that you don't gain any experience points, and that way your characters don't level up. But it's really okay, even if Squall levels up like once, it's not a big deal. I suppose you can wait until you're during the seed exam and you can use Safer to train your GFs and kill monsters, but it's not necessary. So I'll stop it during this part, guys, and on the next part we're going to be teaching our GFs a few abilities. Thank you for watching and take care.